Hold on, stop everything.
What? What happened?
Do you hear that?
The music?
No, Ben, that sound underneath it. That warm, wonderful sound.
Silence?
No, that's the sound of us being back. We are back, people. NoBorders English Studio has returned.
We are back, and honestly, we have missed you, like genuinely missed you.
But here's the thing. Before we explain where we've been and what we've been cooking up for you today, we need to ask you something.
Have you ever said something in English and immediately wished the ground would swallow you whole?
Have you ever sent an email, pressed send, and then read it back and thought, oh no. Oh, no, no, no.
Have you ever told someone in English that you were very constipated when you meant concentrated?
Ben!
Because our listeners have, and today we are reading their stories.
Welcome back to NoBorders English Studio. We're your hosts, Tara and Ben, and this is Roast My English.
Okay, so first things first. Where have we been? Because we know it's been a while.
It has been a while, and the truth is, Ben and I have been absolutely buried, not in anything bad, but in something we both care deeply about, our actual students and their exams.
That's right. Both of us have been in full teacher mode, sitting with students, doing practice tests, calming last-minute panics,
Sending encouraging voice messages.
explaining for the 100th time that make and do are not interchangeable.
They're not.
They are absolutely not, but we'll save that for another episode.
The point is, exam season is a real thing. It takes over your life as a student, naturally, and when you care about your students, it takes over a teacher's life as well. And we do. We really care about our students. So we went quiet here so we could be loud and present for them.
But, and this is the good part, while we were away, we put out a little invitation. We asked our listeners to send us their funniest, most embarrassing, most cringe-worthy English stories. Things they'd said, things they'd written, things they immediately regretted.
And the response was something.
It really was something.
So today, we are reading those stories with love and absolutely zero judgment.
Zero, zip, nada.
And gently pointing out the little English slips, explaining why they happened and what we should say instead. Because the goal here isn't to make anyone feel bad.
The goal is to make everyone feel less alone. Because honestly, every single person who has ever learned a language has a story like this, including us.
Including us. Oh, do not get me started.
That's a story for another day. Let's get into it.
Okay, our first letter comes from Sofia, who writes to us from Brazil. Then, do you want to read it?
I would love to. Sofia writes, Dear Tara and Ben, I hope you are fine and your families too. I want to share with you a story from my first week at my new job in an international company. My manager called a meeting to discuss the new project and asked everyone to share their ideas. I was so excited. I wanted to say I was very focused and ready to contribute, but instead of focused, I said I was very constipated about the project. I don't know why this word came to me, but it came. My manager looked at me like I had said something very strange, because I had. My colleague explained to me after the meeting what I had actually said. I wanted to go home and never return. Yours with embarrassment, Sofia.
Oh, Sofia. First of all, thank you for trusting us with this. Secondly, this is so much more common than you think.
The word constipated, for anyone who doesn't know, refers to a digestive problem. It is very much not something you want to say in a business meeting.
What Sofia meant, of course, was concentrated, as in focused and mentally prepared. Constipated, well, it means you can't poop. Two very different words. Very, very different.
Now, here's the interesting thing. This kind of mistake, for our grammar lovers out there, it is called a false cognate. That means two words in different languages look or sound similar, but they mean completely different things.
In Portuguese, the word constipado actually means having a cold, like a head cold, not the same as the English constipated at all. So Sofia's brain was doing its best, making connections between languages, and it just grabbed the wrong one.
The English word Sofia was looking for is focused or concentrated. Or even better, in a business context, I'm really engaged with this project, or I'm fully invested in making this work.
So what Sofia wrote was, I am very constipated about this project. Here's what she wanted to say. I am very focused on this project. Or an even more advanced form, and more likely what Sofia wanted to say, is I am fully concentrated and ready to contribute.
Always double-check words that look like your language's words. Sometimes words that are similar between your language and in English do mean the same thing, but sometimes they don't.
Sofia, your English is clearly wonderful. One word does not define you, and I guarantee your manager has forgotten about it. Probably.
Probably. Good luck at the new job.
Story number 2 comes from Kenji, who is messaging us from Japan. Now, Kenji's story is about texting, something that trips up so many people because written English is so different from spoken English.
Kenji writes, Hello, Ben and Tara. I follow your channel and I feel like you are my English teachers even from far away. My story is about texting. I started a new friendship with someone from England I met at a conference. I wanted to be friendly and casual in my messages because I read that British people like this. He sent me a funny message and I wanted to write LOL, but I thought I should write the full words to be more proper. So I wrote, laughing on the loudly. He replied, Are you okay? I did not understand until later. Please explain what went wrong. Thank you very much. Kenji. Aw, Kenji, that was an honest mistake. Laughing on the loudly. I've read this 4 times and I love it more each time.
Kenji, the thought process here is completely understandable. You saw LOL, you knew it stood for something, and you tried to spell it out properly, like a gentleman. That is genuinely sweet.
So let's sort this out. LOL stands for laughing out loud, not on the loud, and not loudly, it's just out loud, as in laughing so much it came out of your mouth out loud while you were reading your friend's message.
Now, here's an important lesson about internet slang and abbreviations. In casual conversation, you don't need to write them out in full at all. LOL is perfectly fine. It's been in common use for over 20 years. Even your British friend uses it.
If you wanted to avoid abbreviations entirely, you could write something like, Ha, that's so funny, or Ha, I love that, or even just ha ha. All totally natural, no decoding required.
Kenji, your instinct to be friendly and casual was exactly right. What you decided to write was creative, but I promise you your friend understood what you meant to say.
Keep the friendship going. He sounds like he has a good sense of humor. Story number 3. This one is from Amira, and she writes from Egypt. And Amira, bless her heart, this one is about a formal email, which, as we know, can be a minefield.
Dear Tara and Ben, greetings from Cairo. My English mistake happened at university. I had to email my professor to ask for an extension on my assignment because I was sick. I wanted to sound very professional and respectful. I worked hard on this email. I used my dictionary many times. I wrote, Dear Professor, I am writing to inform you that I am currently very sick and expired. I humbly beg your mercy and ask you to grant me more days. My professor replied, Dear Amira, I'm glad to hear you are not literally expired. Extension granted. Please feel better soon. I did not understand his joke until my friend explained expired means dead. I was telling my professor I was dead. With love and embarrassment, Amira.
She told her professor she was dead. She asked for an extension from beyond the grave.
And the professor gave it to her, which means he was wonderful, and also that Amira's email, despite the small death situation, clearly communicated the right thing.
Right. Let's unpack this.
The word expired in English typically refers to things that have run out or reached their end, like an expired passport, expired food, or a person who has passed away. It's quite final.
What Amira was going for was something like exhausted or drained, which means totally out of energy, which makes complete sense when you're sick.
Now let's also talk about the register, the level of formality. Amira wanted to sound professional and respectful, which is lovely, but phrases like, "I humbly beg for your mercy," are slightly old-fashioned and overly dramatic for a modern academic email.
In a university context, something like this works beautifully. Dear Professor, I hope this email finds you well. I'm writing to request an extension on my assignment as I've been unwell this week. I would be very grateful for any additional time you could grant me. Simple, polite, professional.
Amira, your professor sounds like a gem, and you got your extension. That is a win in any language.
Story 4. This one comes from Marco, who writes from Italy, and his story is about a very classic English problem: phrasal verbs.
Oh no.
Oh yes. Marco writes, "Ciao, Tara and Ben. Greetings from Rome. I want to tell you about my English mistake at a dinner with my girlfriend's family. They're British, and I wanted to make a good impression very much. Her mother asked me about my job. I'm a chef, and I wanted to say that I really enjoy my work, and I'm trying to improve. I know the phrasal verb look up means to search for information, and I know look up to means to admire someone. But I confused them. Instead of saying, I look up to my head chef and try to learn from him every day, I said, I'm always looking up my head chef." Silence. Then her father asked why I was searching for my boss online. I did not know how to explain. I ate my pasta very quietly after this. Marco.
Poor Marco eating his pasta in silence.
Marco, phrasal verbs are the villain of English grammar. We want everyone to hear this clearly. Phrasal verbs are hard. Native speakers learn them from childhood without even thinking about them. For language learners, they are a completely separate system to master.
So let's break down what happened. Look up on its own means to search for information, like looking something up on Google. Look up to someone is a completely different phrasal verb that means to admire or respect that person.
These are what we call separable and inseparable phrasal verbs, and the preposition completely changes the meaning. Adding one little word to a verb can flip the meaning entirely. It's wild.
The correct sentence Marco wanted was, I look up to my head chef and try to learn from him every day. You can also say, I really admire my head chef, or my head chef is a great mentor to me. Both totally natural alternatives.
Marco, if the food was good, the family forgave you. And with a chef in the family, the food is always good.
Also, did they accept you? Are you still with the girlfriend? We need to know.
And our final story for today, and this one is a classic, comes from Priya, who writes from India.
Priya writes, hello to both of you. I have been a quiet listener for a long time, but this story gave me the courage to write. My mistake was in a job interview, my very first job interview in English. The interviewer asked me, where do you see yourself in 5 years? I was nervous and I mixed up two expressions. I wanted to say I hope to grow with the company. What I said was, in 5 years, I hope to be a big fish who is still in this pond. The interviewer smiled and asked me to explain. I tried to explain, but I made it worse. I said, I do not want to jump from pond to pond. I am not that kind of fish. He gave me the job. I still don't know if my answer was good or if he just liked my confidence. Maybe both. Priya.
Priya. She got the job with a fish speech. She is my hero.
Okay, so here's the beautiful thing. Priya was actually using real English idioms. She just combined two of them in a slightly unusual way.
So the idiom big fish in a small pond means someone who is important or powerful within a small group or community. And jumping from pond to pond isn't really a standard phrase, but the concept of job hopping, moving from company to company, is absolutely real and understood.
What Priya was trying to express
is actually a very impressive interview answer, that she's loyal, ambitious, and wants to grow within one company. The meaning came through, just packaged in some creative fish imagery.
A more conventional way to say the same thing would be, in 5 years, I hope to have grown significantly within this company and taken on more responsibility. I value stability and long-term commitment, and I'm looking for somewhere I can really build my career.
But honestly, Priya's answer was memorable. In a stack of identical interview answers, "I am not that kind of fish" stands out.
It really does, and maybe that's what did it. Priya, you got the job. The fish got the job. We're calling that a success. And that, everyone, is Roast My English, Episode 1. Sofia, Kenji, Amira, Marco, and Priya, thank you from the bottom of our hearts for trusting us with your stories.
These stories are a reminder that making mistakes in English or in any language is not something to be ashamed of. It is proof that you are doing something incredibly brave. You are communicating in a language that isn't your first, and most of the time it works. And sometimes it goes a little sideways, and that is okay.
That is more than okay. It's how you get better.
Now, here's where you come in. We want your story.
Yes. Did you say something that came out completely wrong? Did you send an email you immediately regretted? Did you confuse 2 words in a way that made everyone in the room look at you strangely?
Tell us. Leave your story in the comments below, or if you prefer a little more privacy, send us an email.
We will read your stories on the next episode of Roast My English with the same warmth, the same love, and the zero judgment that you hopefully felt today.
Zero. We mean it.
And if you enjoyed this episode, and we really hope you did, please give us a like. It takes about 1 second, and it genuinely helps us reach more English learners around the world who might need exactly this kind of community.
Subscribe if you haven't already. Hit the bell so you never miss a new episode. We are back, we are consistent, and we have a lot planned for you.
We missed you, and now that exams are done and our students are free,
we are free too. Until next time, keep talking, keep writing, keep making glorious mistakes, and remember, no borders, no limits, no embarrassment, just English.